Good day and good evening to our viewers. My name is Alison Little, and I'm a partner with KPMG here in the US, and I lead our global practice for connected enterprise focused on innovation and digital transformation for the life sciences industry. I'm very excited about our discussion today. I can't think of any innovation that has been received with more excitement and maybe more anxiety than AI. While Gen AI has captured a lot of the news headlines in the last year, and maybe even some of the bylines, the use of machine learning and artificial intelligence has been growing more quietly over the last decade. Increasingly, its impact is being felt across life sciences, from accelerating clinical development, optimizing commercial operations, and streamlining back office functions. The potential of AI is widely touted, but so are the risks. So I'm delighted to have Gaurav Shah, the Global Head of Data Analytics and AI for Sanofi Consumer Healthcare, with us today to help us separate the hype from the reality. Welcome, Gaurav. Before we get started, would you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you came to be positioned right at the front lines of this exciting field?
Absolutely, and thank you, Alison. I think that was already an amazing introduction. I truly look forward to our talk today, as I see that we both are pretty passionate about when it comes to data and AI. Very quickly, I am Gaurav Shah, as introduced by Alison already, and I believe everybody has AI tagged in their title these days, so I would go with the same. I manage data and analytics and AI within Consumer Healthcare Business Unit of Sanofi. But more than that, I intend to be a trusted advisor for my leadership and making sure that we steer our company towards becoming a responsible and sustainable data and AI leader in the market. So happy to share my thoughts around that.
Awesome. So, well, AI is driving a lot of excitement across all industries, but Sanofi really seems to be a trailblazer in life sciences. Your CEO, Paul Hudson, has made numerous bold statements about Sanofi's ambitions for being a leader, leveraging AI at scale. Why is this so important, and how is that manifesting specifically in the consumer health area?
Absolutely. I'm not sure if you have heard the recent TED interview by Paul Hudson, which was aptly titled "Leadership in the Age of AI," where he clearly outlines the ambition that we aim to be the world's leading pharmaceutical company using AI at scale. It's a commitment. As you said, we are very vocal about it. We are all in. And so our goal is to leverage AI's power for enhanced decision making and gain a competitive advantage. So when it comes to consumer healthcare, we are very much part of Sanofi, right? So we are still in here. We are not separated yet. And we absolutely share this ambition. In fact, on the consumer healthcare side, our head of consumer healthcare, Julie, has put AI, including Gen AI, within hers and each of ours objective for 2024. She's also co-leading our global Gen AI board across Sanofi for all BUs. Definitely AI is invariably a key asset. We're very happy to partner with other BUs within Sanofi to bring these use cases to life. Today, we leverage data and AI capabilities in all areas of business, from marketing to R&D, commercial, supply chain, manufacturing, everywhere. AI permeates all aspects of our operations. Even for data ourselves, when it comes to optimization of FinOps, doing data governance, doing better data cataloging, improving our internal employee productivity, all of those aspects are where we are leveraging data and AI capabilities. So to put it simply, this is going to be the key aspect of this year, but also the years to come. And all of these AI-driven initiatives are positioning Sanofi and consumer healthcare as a front runner in the industry, driving our growth, driving value for our consumers, and helping us to reach our goal, which is to be the best fast-moving consumer healthcare in and for the world.
Perfect. Well, digging into that a little bit more, the consumer health business is really interesting to me because it sits at the intersection of pharma and consumer products. It has much of the regulatory, not all, but much of the regulatory oversight of the pharma business, but it has all the fickle dynamics of a consumer products business and the fast moving consumer goods. So there's so much there. How can data and AI really support your go-to-market initiatives as a consumer business?
Oh, excellent question, right? So, look, we recognize the distinct commercial dynamics of our consumer-centric business when compared to the core pharma. And in fact, this is one of the key reasons where we see so many carve-outs happening globally. Our competitors went for it. We have already, announced our carve-out as well. Leveraging data and AI, we have significantly already, strengthened our go-to-market, but we are in the progress of further strengthening our go-to-market effectiveness. So I'll start by mentioning, because of data and AI, we are now getting a lot more consumer insights. We are gaining a comprehensive understanding of our consumer behavior, their preferences. This enables us, to tailor our marketing strategies effectively. We can now work with personalized marketing initiatives that are driven by AI. We can deliver personalized messages and product recommendations. This is basically helping us creating stronger connections with our consumer and ultimately driving brand loyalty. We are using and scaling, Gen AI as well to generate this engaging content with our consumers. Moreover, there is AI-powered demand forecasting and inventory management, which is helping us to optimize our product availability while minimizing the cost that are associated with excess inventory. We are still improving on our out of stock scenarios. So that's another area where AI and prediction is helping us quite a bit. Analyzing competitor activity, market trends, we gain a lot of insights to differentiate our offerings. Last but not the least, in the product innovation and development side of things also, we do a lot of social listening. We collect data from our consumer feedback, and that is helping us to also innovate on our product development strategy. So again, just to be clear, we are not there yet. We are working on it. It's still a work in progress. Yet all of these initiatives are helping us to slowly move to our target and bring some real advantage for our business.
You mentioned in there consumer loyalty and being able to anticipate demand and have a reliable supply and meet that and meet the customer expectations. But knowing that trust is so critical to customer loyalty, to customer sentiment, and AI is so dependent on data quality to make intelligent decisions. So how have you changed your data strategy really to support the adoption of AI across the business?
No, so what you mentioned, it'll come into that explanation as well, which is data quality, which is extremely important. But honestly, when it comes to data strategy, it has always been something that should be embedded within the organizational goals and our overall business strategy. So it is as simple as you have a clear business case, you have your company objectives aligned with that business case, and you have the data to make it happen. Now, of course, in the recent times, there has been a lot of focus on AI. So the idea is exactly what you mentioned, to double down on key aspects of data, especially when it comes to data quality, data accessibility, ensuring that our data is clean, it is reliable and readily available for the AI initiatives. As I was just mentioning in one of my workshops last week, AI is fun. You can do a lot of great things with it. But with bad quality data, AI is just a joke. It's just funny. No one would trust the outcome. Or even worse, if people started trusting the wrong outcome, that could be even worse for the organization. So how we do that? We are implementing a very strong data governance practice. We are establishing our standards, breaking down, the data silos so that, we bring the data once and then use it multiple times instead of creating siloed point-to-point network of data connections. And all of that is part of our data strategy, where we are putting this all together. We want to make sure that, of course, we are backed by well-defined, RBAC models and others, but at the same time, not to shy away from bringing all the data, not so good-looking aspects of data when it comes to data governance as such. Furthermore, as part of our strategy, we also have well-defined investment structure for our data infrastructure, our technology, which is crucial to support our AI initiatives. This involves leveraging cloud-based platforms, implementing scalable data storage solutions, deploying AI-specific tools and frameworks. So all of that, and most importantly, collaborate very closely with our business users and business stakeholders because they have the pain points, but sometimes they are not aware of all the capabilities that AI can bring to them. So this is another key aspect that we have modified a little bit in our data strategy that work as closely as possible to the end users and to the business to get their inputs. And lastly, foster a culture of data fluency. I hate the word data literacy, sometimes not taken in the right connotation. So data fluency and AI awareness across the organization is key to drive the adoption. So that's part of our core strategy pillar as well.
Yeah, no, it's interesting as you go through all of that. For many people, their involvement with AI has been just to try out one of the Gen AI
Yeah.
applications, and it seems just like magic. It just happens. But you point out that to really get the benefits of AI at scale is a lot of work,
Yeah.
and with so much potential and excitement, particularly with the bold ambitions Sanofi's set, I can imagine you have a long list of potential use cases from across the business. How do you actually go about prioritizing these initiatives for maximum value?
Is there prioritization? I think, we are supposed to do everything that comes tagged with AI, right? No. So no, I think, for us, there has always been the prioritization kind of X and Y axis, which is your business value and then the feasibility of getting that business value and the use case delivered. I think with AI, what has happened is there's this third axis of risk assessment, which has become an integral part of our prioritization process. So absolutely, when it comes to prioritization, we go through each and every initiatives that come to us. There is a governance council that we have set up. We need to make sure that there is value creation and impact for our customer needs and our consumer engagement. And then there is feasibility part, which is, are we ready to do those initiatives ourselves, even if we involve partner, because at some point partners would be going away and then we have to take over the operations. So are we ready from a technology infrastructure, from the expertise, from skill sets perspective? That's another kind of dimension. And then the third dimension, as I was saying, which is the risk assessment. We do have a very strong responsible AI governance council where we have to present these AI use cases, get them approved, identify and mitigate potential risk. It could be associated with, technical operations, organizational risk, or it could be external risks such as biases, incomplete data, bad quality data, and others. So that has been added now into our prioritization matrix. But in the end, the focus has always been to have our AI investments aligned with our strategic objectives, assess each initiative's value, the feasibility, and the risk, and then depending on that, consider what's the highest value for our investment for the consumers and for the company.
That's yeah, no, that's really helpful to understand, how you manage it, because there are so many things it could do. What do you see as the hurdles, or what gets in the way of broader adoption?
Yeah, I think it won't be a surprise for anybody to hear about the what gets in the way, but it's the three-dimensional again. It's the technology, the data itself, and organizational challenges. So let me elaborate a little bit. When I say technological limitations, as I was mentioning before, those all for sure. But then in addition to that, there is rapid changes in the overall landscape. There's just too many choices. As I like to say, yesterday was another year in AI. So it's rapidly changing environment. There is a lot of infrastructure constraints, scalability challenges. So that's one hurdle for sure. And then when it comes to data, the data volume explosion that's happening already, and that will continue to happen. We saw the launch of Sora, we saw the launch of Gemini 1.5. The data explosion is going to continue to happen a lot more. When people say 80% of the data that we see today was created in the last 3 years or so. Everybody knows this. But in the next 3 years, what I am thinking about or predicting is every organizational data volume would double every 12 hours, which basically means that you have to really make yourself prepared for that kind of volume of data honing, and also mining that data, getting value out of that data, and also purging the data which is not needed. So all of that needs to be properly set up. That's another kind of a hurdle that we need to put together our minds to really strategize for it. And last but not the least, organizational barriers. We are still somehow, somewhere stick with our Excel files, with our ways of working. So, how do we make people realize that, coming on board is going to help them in terms of the automation, in terms of long-term benefits? So those three, I think, is where I feel there is most hurdle for our rapid adoption. But things are changing, things are moving very quick, as I said. So we need to take a holistic approach to address these challenges, and we can absolutely accelerate AI adoption if we take care of these things.
Well, I think there's no question that success breeds success. And I was wondering if you would maybe be willing to share a use case or a real example of how advanced analytics and AI is impacting the work you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the question that makes me feel very proud about what my team is doing, right? Now, I think we have multiple use cases. We have many data products that we have delivered that showcase real world impacts and real business value that we have created over the last few years already. AI is not new. Of course, Gen AI has taken over some of the communication in the portfolio due to its sheer nature and reach of Gen AI. But if I must choose one example, I would go back to the core data science, good old data science ways of working domain, and pick, our advertisements and promotions, which is related to our marketing spend allocation data product. This primarily deals with our marketing spend and forecasting, how we should allocate our spend in terms of channels, brands, countries, regions. And it's a state-of-the-art product because it has hundreds of possible combinations, simulations for our end users to work with. The result is, where, how much we should be spending on our marketing to maximize our ROI. This has been extremely powerful, not just, from a business standpoint, because we see those year-on-year ROI, but it also helps us to get closer to our consumers, to get to know them better, and for consumers to get to know our brands better, because we are now spending that marketing money at the right channels for connecting better with our consumers. And this is where we have a concept of repeatable model of growth that we aspire to deliver. And this is one of the data products that I'm extremely proud of, that for my team, and it's completely internally built and deployed into globally. So that's one example I would pick up.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, it truly brings to life, that this isn't just a magic box or something that is all excitement and no reality. And I appreciate you taking the time to share your insights with us today. I'm excited for what's ahead and impressed with what's already been accomplished. Thank you so much, and we hope you'll come back for a follow-up sometime soon.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. And thank you, Alison and KPMG, for the invite and letting me share my thoughts on this particular topic. So, looking forward to our connections.
Thank you.
Thank you.